It's not fun to talk about or think about. We know going through a divorce can be heart-wrenching. The emotions run strong. And when people act in the heat of the moment, mistakes are made. Nobody knows that better than a local woman who used her personal experience and her professional expertise to create a full-service divorce center here in the Metro. It's a center that will help you with every single aspect of your divorce from start to finish. You specialize in helping people who are getting through one of the toughest times in their lives, right. Divorce. What do people think when they hear divorce center? What's their first reaction?
A lot of people don't want to talk to me, you know, or a lot of people, the immediate first response is, oh man, where were you when I was going through a divorce?
At what point did you realize you wanted to get into this business, and did you realize there was a real lack of this kind of a resource in the community?
Sure. Well, in 2010, I finalized my own divorce. And I'm smarter than the decisions that I made. And I said to myself, oh boy, where was the regular me, the normal, everyday, non-emotional, non-reactive me for me when I went through my own divorce? I wish I would have had somebody that was there saying, hey, do you really think that's a good idea? But instead, I was just reacting. I didn't have premeditated thought. I was doing whatever it took to feel better right now. And it was not the best step. It had lingering ripple effects.
What was the big mistake that you made that you wish you had not done?
That's a great question. I said, just go. I want my house, my car, and my dogs. All right? Just go. Anything else that you want or that you need, take it. And he did. He took everything. So that was a very poor choice on my behalf, because refurnishing a home costs a lot of money.
Is there a common mistake people are making, or is there a common, oh, you're going down the wrong track there? And what would that be?
Okay, that is a great question, actually. So my background is in mortgage, and most women feel that they must keep their home. They have to keep their home because, well, women want to take care of their children and their family, and they think that the home is where that happens. And often one of the things that I've begun to say is, you know what, the house is not the home. Your children and your family, their first actual home was with you. So I see the biggest mistake being that people try to retain a home that maybe they have no business staying in.
That's really interesting, because you do hear one of the first comments after a divorce is, who got to keep the home?
Right.
And it's almost as if there's some sort of shame in not keeping the home. But you're saying that would be a huge mistake to think that way.
You know, we don't know. I can't make a blanket statement. We want to look and say, okay, can you actually afford the home?
Right.
Or if you're going to afford the home, how are you going to do it? Okay, do you have a job? Do we need to calculate out maintenance or child support? And then we have rules that go on top of using that income that's not your actual earned income to be able to have you keep the home. And often people that don't have a job, so let's say women that have stayed at home, and then they're going to be receiving child support and alimony, well, they're now still dependent on their ex-spouse, but there's no longer a partnership.
How do you tell people to even start separating fact, just cold hard fact, from emotion when it all feels intertwined?
Certainly. Well, I mean, life is holistic. It is intertwined, and that's why I come in as a third party. I'm not engaged in their emotions. I can see clearly the scope of exactly what's going on for them. So I'm not suggesting that somebody needs to separate their logic from emotion. I'm suggesting that that's what we do, is we come in and we say, hey, this scenario that you just explained to me, that just doesn't make sense. And then we put physical facts and tangible numbers behind any suggestion that we might make.
Audra is just a wealth of information, so smart and so interesting. She's hosting a better budgeting seminar January 20th. It's from 10 a.m. to noon at Breakpoint Community Church in Overland Park. It's a must-register event and really a must-attend if you or someone you know is going through a divorce right now. Call 913-890-3533 or go to divorcecarecenter.com for more information. And if you need help from Audra and her team right away, mention Better Kansas City and get $250 off your services. She's really interesting. The thought of ending any long-term relationship can be frightening and overwhelming, to say the least. But Audra McDonald from the Divorce Care Center wants you to know you are not alone.
Hi friend, Audra McMahon here on behalf of Divorce Care Center. This week a client called and they were looking for some help. They were feeling really alone and sad, completely pretending in the life that they were living. They felt stuck and had no idea how to get out of this marriage. Actually, they were wondering, what happened to my life? Who am I? And where did the life I once dreamt of go? If this sounds like something you or your friends are experiencing, you're not alone. We guide you home. Call. Let's talk about it. Audra McMahon, your home guide and transition expert, Divorce Care Center.
For more information from Audra and her team, call 913-890-3533 or go online to divorcecarecenter.com. Mention Better Kansas City and get $250 off services. Getting divorced can be daunting, it can be crushing, it can be overwhelming. You're facing a situation you never anticipated, not prepared for, and the decisions that you're not sure how to make are looming. It's important to know you are not alone.
Hi friend, Audra McMahon here on behalf of Divorce Care Center. This week a client called and they were looking for help. They actually were going through a divorce and had no idea where any of the money in the house was. No clue how to make a budget, let alone live off of a budget, because they'd always been provided for. This is what we do at Divorce Care Center. You're not alone. We guide you home. Pick up the phone, call. Let's talk about it.
For more information from Audra and her team, call 913-890-3533 or go online to divorcecarecenter.com. Mention Better Kansas City to receive $250 off the services. You may have some more serious decisions to make this holiday season than who gets what present. You may be deciding your future and you might need help making a break. Audra McMahon from the Divorce Care Center explains.
This week a client called for help. They were looking to protect their hard-earned money, their inheritance, and their family-owned business. Luckily at Divorce Care Center, we use a family law software to look at taxability and project future growth for your family assets and inheritance that will go out as far as you need it to, maybe 30 years, maybe longer. So if this is something that you're looking for your current marital and joint assets to see what they might project in the future, you're not alone. Call. Let's talk about it.
For more information and from Audra and her team, call 913-890-3533 or go online to divorcecarecenter.com. Mention Better Kansas City and you'll get $250 off services. If you're facing the end of your marriage, Audra McMahon from the Divorce Care Center wants you to know it's normal to feel anxious and overwhelmed, but you are not alone.
This week a client called for help. See, they were going through a divorce but had been working as a homemaker for the past 20 years raising the children. Well, the homemaker had no clue if there were any retirement funds available for them after this divorce. Are you worried about your financial future and what's going to happen to you in your retirement after the divorce? You're not alone. Call. Let's talk about it.
For more information from Audra and her team, call 913-890-3533 or go online to divorcecarecenter.com. Mention Better Kansas City and get $250 off of services.